the anger, the frustration, all of these really, really negative emotions that tend to surface at times in my life, I decided that I would just go ahead and channel all of those memories and just write a book. So I wrote the book. Initially, the book was not going to be Angels Walk with God. It did have another title, which will be another book that is coming in the near future. But after having gone through all of the emotions, all of the memories, all of the thoughts, and all of the feelings that came out of me in the writing of this particular book, I decided to change the name and to name it Angels Walk with God.
I noticed earlier you mentioned 2008 you began writing your memoirs. Why 2008?
Well, again, I lost my job in 2008. I got laid off. I was working at T-Mobile. I wanted something that was going to occupy my time, that was going to be productive. So I decided, and actually, to be honest with you, I wrote this book complete in 30 days. But it took me 10 years to get it to where you see it now, edited in book form, cover, cover to cover. But 30 days it actually took me to purge all of that information. And at the time, I think I was a little bit angry and disappointed. And I'm a very organized person, and I have to have structure in my life on a daily basis. So I decided that I would get up every morning. I would work on the book as if I were going to work. I would go to lunch for 30 minutes, and I would write for the rest of the day until it was time to prepare dinner. And even into the night, sometimes late nights, I would continue to write, portions that I could remember, and everything that I could possibly remove from my spirit or give to paper from my spirit to make the book a reality.
Did you have a particular target audience in mind when you documented your book?
Not really. I wrote the book as a means of purging, but as I look back now and I review the information, I think the book is for a number of different target audiences, because it could work for women, it could work for men, it could work for children. If you're in an abusive situation, it helps you. If you're in a relationship, it helps you. If you're looking to know that, there's that inner strength that helps you. I wrote the book because over my years, I'm a strong believer in God. And I feel like this book is like a testament to the rest of the world that the God I serve, the God that I love exists. Because if he didn't, I wouldn't be where I'm at.
So, without divulging a great deal about the book, tell us a little bit about what's in the book.
So the book talks about me in my younger years, 15 years old. Well, let's just go back a little bit further. My father passed away at age 12. My mom was an alcoholic. I got married at the age of 15 to a man that was 46 years old. And I was catapulted into a position of being a mother, a stepmother with children, having the responsibilities of being a mother, going from the north to the south, extreme weather change, extreme lifestyle change, and a lot of other things that occurred in my life. So I think the book will just kind of open up a lot of emotions for a lot of people. I went through the emotions when I wrote the book, and I just want to share that. I want other people to know that no matter what you go through in life, that you can persevere and you can be whoever you want to be. Because looking at myself right now, working, I've just completed my comprehensive exam, which means I'm all but dissertation and my PhD, And in the year coming up, I will be, working on my PhD, learning how to be an instructor, and also learning how to be a productive supervisor. So, it's just like a major accomplishment in my life right now. And I feel like other people need to know that they can do the same thing. And the end result may not be the same for them, but anything above where you are now that shows growth is good.
Action. And so, Angel, without divulging, too much of what's in the book, how about telling your audience a little bit about what you have in Angel's Walk with God?
So my book, the visuals for my book would be, I was born in 1962, and I think my book becomes visible around maybe 66, 67, I'm thinking. I grew up in the South, and I grew up in the South during the age when the neighborhoods were, it took a village to raise a child. So much of what my book talks about will begin, it'll kind of give you a picture of where I'm from, the Deep South, Savannah, Georgia. From the black perspective, of course, because my family was the first black family to move into a prominent white neighborhood in Savannah, Georgia. So my father was the first black man to buy this huge Victorian house. So as a child, there are memories of moving into the house. There are memories for me as a child moving from Barnard Street in Savannah, Georgia to Gwinnett Street in Savannah, Georgia, to our new home after yours truly set the house on fire. So,
could you tell us briefly about setting the house on fire?
So when I was a kid, we had a babysitter. His name was Bobby. He lived in a building. We lived in buildings that were like row houses, and they would run like 5 floors up. So like during the course of a day, the neighbors would be looking out the window. Kind of like the brownstones in New York type scenario. And so I grew up in the basement of a brownstone or a row house in Savannah, Georgia on Bonner Street. And so this particular night, the babysitter came by to check on us. He lived upstairs in the building. He came down. So he came down to check on us. And when he opened the door, this black cat ran past him, ran in the house, found his way somewhere. We still don't know to this day where this cat went to. So I am freaked out because I've had a bad experience with a cat as a child, and it just threw me for a loop. So I'm freaking out, and the babysitter is like, "Oh, calm down," and I'm like, "No, no, no, you're gonna have to get this cat out of here." And so he tells me that we're gonna get the cat out. So what we can do is we can get a roll of newspaper and we can set it afire. And cats don't like fire, so we'll leave the door open. And as soon as the cat, figures out that we're trying to set him on fire, he's out of there. So he gives me the paper, and I'm standing on the bed, and it gets hot, and it burns my hand, and I drop it. It goes behind the bed. Next thing you know, the whole room is on fire. You can get the rest of the information from the book.
So tell me, where can we find your book?
So my book is available on Kindle, through Amazon. You can also go to my website, angelmbs.com, to get a signed copy of my book. You can get a hard copy from Amazon. You can order it, and you can also download it to your Kindle or your tablet. Okay? And if you need it signed, then you have to go to my website. You cannot sign copies through Kindle or Amazon at angelmbs.com.
So, Angel, it was great talking with you today, and we're looking forward to your next book. You have any idea when that's coming out?
No, not yet. It's basically has been written, right? But because there are some heavy edits and the theme of the book is taking a different turn. I think I want to give you guys a little bit more visual of what I do, how I do, what I've done, who I've seen, where I've been, that type of stuff. And you guys like the spirits and you like the seances and that type of stuff. So it will be really, really exciting because over the years, being in Savannah, Georgia, I have had a promoter that I work with. God rest her soul, she's no longer here. And I have been on their local networks, the news, the radio stations. So, you know, there's like a lot of history there. So I want to kind of bring it to light, kind of give you guys an idea as to what it is that really kind of drives what it is that I do. So that's going to be real exciting.
Okay, Angel, it was great talking with you today, and we're looking to speak with you the next time.
I'm looking forward to talking to you guys. Thank you.